Hello and welcome back to the series. And in this video I'm gonna be adding a bot. As you can see, I already did some things. So yeah. All I did was add this hallway and fix the light. I didn't want it in the middle of the room, so I kind of just added a real light. But yeah, so what I'm gonna start off doing is putting the bot over. Actually, we could just keep the bot here, and let's name this bot. Let's name it Monster 1. And actually, we're gonna make a folder, and we're gonna put the monsters inside the folder, and we're just gonna call it monsters. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is make sure that we can't see. So you go to the humanoid of the monster and go to display distance and change it to none, so that way we can't see that. Now what we could do is we can make our bot whatever we want it to be. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna change the blocks. Actually, we could change that in the script, so we don't worry about that. But yeah, I'm gonna keep it like this for now. So now we have our monsters. I'm just gonna make a spawn here. So I'm gonna add a part. And I'm just gonna put it, go right here. Up a little bit. Scale it down. Make it transparent. Okay, incline false. And boom, we're all set. So what I'm gonna name the script is I'm gonna call this, actually we could just do a main script, but I'm gonna disable the script for now. You're gonna wanna disable this main script for now, but we will end up enabling it later. But for now, we have our monster spawn, which is right here. We're gonna anchor it to make sure it can't collide. I think I already did that, yep. And we're gonna name it Monster Spawn 1. And we're gonna put it inside of the monster. Actually, we'll put it inside of our, make a new folder, and we'll do Monster Spawns. We'll just put it inside our monsters folder, and put the spawn there. So now that we have our little spawn here, actually that's kind of a bad place for it. Let's just put it at the back. I have a plan for this. So now that we have that, let's get to scripting. So whenever you open this door, I want the bot to be able to spawn whenever this door unlocks. So let's go into this door. And we have the script right here. So as you can see, it's already scripted for us. So I'm just gonna make a function. So I'm not doing that. Local function bot spawn. Okay. And we'll just have a parameter called walk speed. Okay. So now what we could do is code it. So when the door is unlocked, we're going to call this function. So when we call this function, we want the bot to spawn in. So we want to get the bot. So local bot is equal to, or local bot folder is equal to game.workspace.monsters local bot spawn. Game.workspace.monsters.monster spawns. Okay, now that we have that, actually we also need to get the bot. So local bot is equal to, we just need actually bot 1. Actually, we can just do bot. Local bot is equal to game workspace.monsters.monster1. monster. Actually, we could just do bot folder dot monster spawns dot monster spawn. Okay. Now that we have that, and actually we could change this too. We could just do bot folder dot monster. Okay. Now that we have that, we want to spawn in the bot first. So when we spawn in our bot, we're gonna do bot dot cframe. Sorry, it's a model. Bot dot find first child humanoid root part dot cframe is equal to bot spawn dot cframe. So it's gonna spawn it in. And we want to set its walk speed. So we're gonna do so we're gonna do bot dot walk wait for child, find first child humanoid dot walk speed equal to walk speed. Right? And that should be it. So we said it's walk speed. And yeah. Now we're just gonna do one last thing. We're gonna wait. So task.wait. Wait 1 second. The reason we use task.wait instead of wait is because we don't want to stop this entire script from running. We just want to stop this function from running, not the entire script. So after that, we could just disable the script inside the bot. So we could do bot find first child main script dot enabled true. So we're going to enable it. And that should be that. So all we need to do is call this function. So when this happens, we're gonna do bot spawn, and we'll set the walk speed for now to 12. Copy this. And yeah, so that should be working. So we're gonna test it. Grab our key, it's spawned over here. And there's our bot, and here it comes. And it's going kind of slow because we set its walk speed pretty low. And yeah, and if we run into it, we will die. And we'll figure that out right now. So what happens when you die? So we kind of want to end the game for them, right? So we could kick them, or we could just make them rejoin. But we will decide. We'll let them decide what they want to do. So let's make a screen GUI and name it main GUI, and let's add in a frame. Set our anchor point. I just like anchor points. It makes it easier for me. And we'll set the size of this frame to position this exactly in the middle. So once we could do that, we could set our size of the frame to 300 for let's do 400 on this one. Yeah, because that seems fine. Set a background color like a nice gray. And we'll name this frame background frame. Background leave frame. And now that we have that, we can add a UI corner as well, just to make it look a little nice. Change that to 9. And we can also add a UI stroke. Change that to border. Make sure you change it to border so it's on the border of it. I'm just going to change the thickness to 5. And we'll make it red. A little darker. There we go. Now we have our UI. So there we go. What do you want to do? And we'll have our buttons. We'll just name it something. We'll call it question label. Okay, so now I have my 2 buttons here on my question label. So now we can actually get scripting on this. So we have our buttons here. We're gonna need a client script in our main UI. So let's add a local script into here, and we'll name it client handler. Okay. Now that we have that. We also need some remote events as well, so let's go into our replicated storage, add a new folder, name it remote events, and we'll add in 2 remote events. One we will call leave event, and one we will call rejoin event. Now that we have that, let's get our variables, local frame, or local. Let's just do leave frame is equal to script.parent.leave frame. Script.parent.background leave frame. We don't need to get our buttons, we just have our frame here, and we'll just do local player. It's equal to game players local player. Just swap these around. And we can have our remote events. Local remote events to game.storage.remote events. Local leave event. Go to remote events dot leave event. Local rejoin event to remote events rejoin event. Now that we have all our variables, we could start scripting. So we could do when we click the leave, we want to get kicked, right? We want to leave the game. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna connect it to the server because we want to get kicked on the server. Even though it's a solo game, we can if someday we want to make it a multiplayer game. We would want, and it could even be a multiplayer game, we would probably want that, because then they'd only get it just wouldn't really work. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do leave frame dot leave button dot mouse button 1 click connect function. So when we click the leave frame, we will fire this function. So we'll do leave event fire server, and we'll player, and that's that. So now let's do rejoin event. Rejoin. Sorry. Leave frame dot rejoin button dot mouse button 1 click, and I'm going to connect that to function. Typing is off right now, as you can see. Okay. I'm going to do rejoin events fire server player. Okay. So yeah, I think that's it for this script. So we can get rid of that. So to actually, do the action, we have to go into a server script. Let's create a script, but we'll name this one server handler, and we can copy some of these lines actually. So we could take these lines and just paste them into here. So leave event dot on server event. I'm gonna connect that to a function and player. Okay. Now we literally just have to write one line here. We just do player with kick. And we could just provide a reason here. We could just do you have left. And for the rejoin event, we could just do rejoin event on server event, that to a function, player. And for this one, we actually have to do some more stuff. So we're gonna get the teleport service. So local teleport service, so to game and get service teleport service, because we need to teleport them back into the game. Teleport service, and then we do teleport. And okay, so we need the place ID. So to get the place ID, we could go to view, and the new icons are kind of confusing. I just need to find it. The asset manager. Now we have our asset manager here. We can go into places, and we have our place here. So we're just gonna right click on it and press copy ID to clipboard, and we can exit out. Now that we have that, we just paste it into here and do a comma, and then just put player. We don't have any teleport data, so that would be fine as it is. So we can't actually test this, but we could do but we'll see an error in the chat, in the output saying like the output will have an error saying you cannot teleport in Roblox Studio, which means it's working, but this will work though. So now actually all we need to do now is make it so the player who dies sees the GUI. So let's go into our AI script, the one our main script here. And you could scroll down right here. So if distance is over 2, this little thing, it's on line 41 for me. Could be 42, could be 40, or could be just 43. I don't know, but for me it's 41. So after it says take damage, so after we die basically, we're just gonna wait a second, just give the player some time, and then we're gonna do nearest target dot player GUI dot visible, or no, why am I doing dot visible? Dot name GUI background leave frame dot visible is equal to true. So actually I made a mistake. Instead of nearest target, you should just do player instead. And now that should work. As you can see, it appears. Press rejoin. As you can see, we see an error, but it worked. If we're in the actual game, let's see it, and if we press leave, you have left, and that should be working. But yeah, so that's how we make our bot here. Just leave comments down below if you want me to code something else for the bot, like the bot touches a certain part, does something, or when you pick up an item, or something else. So that's probably what I'll be doing in the next video, and also adding more rooms. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys